Question number 3. Question number 3. Consider the equation 2 carbon monoxide plus oxygen produce 2 carbon dioxide. 2 carbon monoxide plus oxygen produce, when this oxygen is bond with carbon monoxide, he produces 2 carbon dioxide. That's the equation they give us. Then I said, find the weight of carbon dioxide which can be obtained from the combustion of 12 grams of carbon monoxide with excess oxygen. That means the oxygen is what? In excess. That this man is in excess. And what is going to produce, we should calculate the weight which is going to produce with what? Carbon monoxide. Can I find it again? Find the weight of carbon dioxide. Look at the carbon dioxide, the weight of carbon dioxide, which can be obtained from what? The combustion of 12 grams of what? Carbon monoxide. 12 grams of carbon monoxide. What is going to give me, when it bond with the excess oxygen, what is going to give me what in carbon dioxide with excess oxygen. Then B, they said, determine also the weight of oxygen consumed in the what? Above reaction. The weight of oxygen which is consumed to produce this man. I started with A, look at this. According to the equation, that 2 carbon monoxide, 2 mole of carbon monoxide, this to me what? 2 mole of carbon monoxide gives me 2 mole of carbon this is 2 mole of carbon monoxide gives me 2 mole of carbon dioxide. Give me 2 mole of carbon dioxide. So 2 is common. 2 is common here, 2 is common here. I cancel it according to the equation they give me. That's my reference point. According to the equation they give me, and the equation is balanced. Before I begin to do this, I first of all check equation. Come over here. I check equation whether it's balanced. I have 2 carbon here, 2 oxygen here, plus this give me what? 4 oxygen. 2 oxygen, 2 carbon, 2 oxygen here. Give me 4 oxygen plus 2 carbon. Coming here, I have 2 carbon, which is 2 carbon. Oxygen here is 2, here is 2, 4. Then the oxygen is 2 here, times 2 give me 4. That means the equation is balanced. That's how I come over here to say 2 carbon monoxide gives me 2 mole of carbon monoxide, give me 2 mole of what? Carbon dioxide. Then 2 cancel each other. That means that I have carbon monoxide will give me one mole of carbon monoxide will give me 1 mole of what? Carbon dioxide. Then I want to check molar mass of what? Carbon monoxide. 1 mole of carbon monoxide. Molar mass of 1 mole of carbon monoxide is what? How many carbon is here? 1. I said 1 times 12 because carbon is what? 12. Then how many oxygen is here? 1. I will say 1 times 16 because oxygen is 16 gram. Then will give me this. How many carbon is here? 1. 1 times 12 plus. How many oxygen is here? 2. 2 times 16, which is 16. And that will give me, if I times this, give me 16 plus 12 will give me what? 28. And this one, 12 plus what? 32 will give me what? 44. Then I will now say 28 grams of carbon monoxide will give me 44 grams of what? Carbon dioxide. Then what will 12 grams of what? Carbon monoxide. Look at now my comparing value. What will what? 12 grams of carbon monoxide will give me in what? Dioxide. I will now say my reference point is always divided. Remember what we said? Reference point always divided. Look at my reference point which I got from the equation given to me. Then I now say 28 divided by 12 times 44 grams. My reference point divide the what? The comparing value times 44 will give me what? 12 divided by 28 times 44 will give me 12 times 44 divided by 28. Look at it. 12 times 44 divided by 28 will give me what? 18.8571 gram. Approximately in 1 decimal point. Approximately in 1 decimal point will mean 18.9 gram of what? Carbon dioxide. And that's my what? Answer. answer. Let's go to what? B. Question B says determine also the weight of oxygen consumed in the above reaction. And I said from the same equation, come over here, same equation, I find out that what? Look at the equation here, from the same equation, look at the equation here. I find out that what? Look at oxygen, this oxygen produce what? 2 mole of what? 1 mole of oxygen, produce 2 mole of carbon dioxide. Look at it from this equation. 1 mole of oxygen produce 2 mole of carbon dioxide. Or I can write it this way, that's why I put or this way I can say 2 mole of carbon dioxide produced by what? 1 mole of oxygen. Then I now look at what? Molar mass of what? 2 mole of carbon dioxide. Then I now bring out the 2 outside, become what? 1 times what? This one is 1 here. 1 times 12. Are you get what I'm saying, right? Or you can write it this way. Either you write it this way or you write it this way by removing these 2. How many carbon is here? 2. I can now put what? 2 here. 2 carbon. 2 carbon times what? 12. Then now here, I can now say how many oxygen here? 2 and the 2, which give me what? 4. This is 2. 2 oxygen times this 2. Watch me now, clear. 2 oxygen here times this 2 will give me what? 4. Therefore, I'm writing here what? 4. Are you following what I'm doing? Here is 4. Then how do I get here to be 2? Carbon to be 2. Carbon now, 2 times carbon is what? 2. And this this 2 is times oxygen. That means this thing you write here can be written as 2 carbon plus what? 2 OX oxygen like this. Are you get what I'm saying? Which means this 2 times this will give me 4. The oxygen here is 4. 2 times 2 give me 4. Carbon here is 2. Are you here? Then now we say what? Oxygen 4, which is 4 times what? 16. Carbon 2, which is 2 times what? 12. I will now have here to be what? When I do that, I will have here to be what? 24. This is 24. Are you following me now? Then now, this time this will give me what? 64. And this will give me what? 64. This 4 times what? 16 will give me 64. That means here, if I clean here properly, I'll put what? 64. And 64 plus 24 will give me what? Will give me 88. And here, molar mass of what? Oxygen here. How many oxygen is here? 2. 2 times 16 will give me what? 32. That means that what? I'll come over here to say 88 gram of what? 2 mole of what? Carbon dioxide will give me what? 32 gram of what? Oxygen. Then what will 18.8591, which we calculated, because first question said we should find the weight of carbon dioxide, which can be obtained from the what? Combustion of what? 12 grams of what? Carbon monoxide with excess what? Oxygen. So what this oxygen produced for us, what it produced for us was 18.8571 of what? Carbon monoxide was produced by this oxygen. So what will this man produce? The oxygen it will what? Produce. I will now say this now, divided my reference point. What is my reference point? Look at it. Divided by what? 18.8571 times what? 32, which is my reference point. When I divide that, and it will give me what? 6.8571 gram, approximately 6.9 gram of what? Oxygen will produce 12 gram of what? Carbon monoxide. That's 6.2 or 6.9 oxygen will produce. Then it will produce what? It will produce 18.8571 gram of what? Carbon monoxide. This 6.9 gram of oxygen or 6.8571 gram of oxygen will produce for me this man 18.8571 gram of what? Carbon monoxide, which I calculated early. The first question said I should calculate what this man will produce. That's what gives us this. And this becomes our answer. Question C. Give the name and the symbol for each of the atoms which have ground states, electronic configurations in their outer shell. The question said, C. Give the name and the symbol for each of the atoms which have ground states, electronic configuration in the outer shells. Question I, 2x2, II, 3x2, 3p5, III, 3x2, 3p6, 4x2, IV, 3x2, 3p6, 3d6, 4x2. Well, let's go. We'll move. Let's go now. Solution. You recall that the energy field, the strength of energy field is according to this, that one x orbital will first be filled up before this man will go in. That this man is less than this, and this is less than this, and this is less than this, and this is less than this. What does it mean? It means that this man will be filled up first, filled up. That's your junior one will first fill before you begin to talk about your own food. So this man will be filled in. After he has filled and been full, the rest of the food will be shifted to this man, and this man will be filled completely. After he has filled and be okay, it will now give the rest of the food to this person, and this person will be filled after he has been filled and be okay before you go to this. These things now is a sequence of filling. He looks like you first of all count 1. After 1 you will count 2. After 2 you will count 3. After 3 you count 4. After 4 you count 5. After 5 you count 6. That means you cannot jump from 1 to 4. You cannot jump from 2 to 6. You must count 1. After 1 it will get the turn of 2. After 2 you get the turn of 3. After 3 you get the turn of 4. That's what this thing means. That this man will be filled completely before this man will be continue his own, and filled completely before you give over to this man. This man will be filled completely before you give over to this man. This man will be filled completely before this man will start tasting the food. And this man will be filled completely before this man will start tasting the food. And this man will be filled completely before this man will be started tasting the food. And this continue to the end. So now we'll start from this. Then for them to tell me grand state mean from initial stage, then I said that he has 2x2. Does it mean that this person jumped from 1, he jumped to the last? This means that I have, for me to count 2x2, that means I have count 1x2 before I get 2x2. So for me to get 2x2, this means I will first of all count 1x2, look at it, before 2x2. Are you get what I'm saying now? So this is the last person. So now check how many electrons is here? 2, because x orbital, you remember that this x orbital will be filled with maximum electron of 2. And the p orbital will be filled with maximum electron of 6. And the d orbital will be filled with maximum of electron of 10. And the f orbital will be filled with the maximum of electron of 14. This man will be filled up with his belly with 2 electrons. This man will be filled up with 6 electrons. This man will be filled up with 10 electrons. And this man will be filled up with 14 electrons. Are you get what I'm saying now? So now when I come to this, when I check how many electrons now, 1, 2, which is 4. 2 plus 2, 2 plus 2. Look at where I'm doing it. 2 this man, 2 this man, 2 plus 2 will give me 4. That means 4 atomic numbers or electron. 4 atomic numbers or electron. Remember that what we use to write electronic configuration is atomic number of an element. That's what we use to write electronic configuration, not the mass number. What we are using to write electronic configuration is atomic number of that element, or the number of electron in that element. Then we now say that this is 4 electron, and who has these 4 electrons? We say beryllium. Beryllium is one that have 4 atomic number, and we write the beryllium like this, Be, and this means this is my mass number, This number here is the mass number of the beryllium, and this one is what? Atomic number of beryllium, which is what? 4. For us to see how we write them. Then I now come to II. What they give me II, they said 3x2 and what? 3p5. 3x2 and 3p5. And I can before I can reach to this place, first of all, this means, what did I say? This means 1x2 and what? 2x2 and again 2p6 before I begin to talk about 3x2. Have you seen it now? I will count this person and this person and this person before I begin to talk about what? 3x2. Before I can now talk about 3p6. Have you seen what happened? I started from 1 to be going, but here what they gave me, they jump 1 and get to the last and begin to tell me this. So when I begin to tell them that this means that I first of all count what? 1x2 before 2x2 before 2p6 before now 3x2 and 3p5. And I begin to take the number of electrons. I see 2 plus 2, 4, plus 6, 10, plus 2 what? 12 plus this 17. We will check it now. 2 plus 2, 10, 2, 4, 10, 12, 17 electron. I want to say that who has this atomic number of what? 17. Who has this atomic number of 17? Is chlorine. Chlorine has an atomic number of what? 17. And the mass number of what? Chlorine is a what? 35.5. And I say chlorine and symbol is what? Cl, and this has what? Atomic number. And I go to what? III, the third one. They gave me in that II, what they gave me is what? 3x2, 3p6, and 4x2. And before I can count 3x2, I'll first of all, this means, what do I say now? Look at what they give me, 3x2, 3p6, 4x2. I will now say this means 1x2, 2x2, 2p6, 3x2, 3p6, and 4x2. You have this sense now, before I can get to this place, I must count 1x2, 2x2, 2p6 before I can be able to count what they gave me. Then I begin to check the number of electrons. I say 2 plus 6, that's 2 plus 2, 4, plus 6, 10, plus 2, 12, plus this 18, plus this 20. Then you add it up now. Look at the 2 plus 6 plus 2 plus 6 plus 2, that gives me 20 electrons. And that means 20 atomic what? Number. 20 atomic number. And who has this 20 atomic number? Is calcium that has 20 atomic number. Then we now write it what? Calcium symbol. And we say the mass number of calcium is 20. And the atomic number of calcium is what? The mass number of calcium is 40. And atomic number of calcium is what? 20. The mass number of calcium is 40. And atomic number of what? Calcium is 20. And that's what I write here. And that's my what? Answer. I go to what? Question what? IV. What they give me 3x2, 3p6, 3d6, 4x2. This means that what? This I have to start from the ground, from the scratch. 1x2, 2x2, 2p6 before I begin to talk about 3x2. I will now see 3x2, 3p6, and 4x2. But after 4x2, I now have what? 3d6. And that's what they give me. Look at what they give me. 3d6. This man came before this man. You will see it when we begin to talk about what? Transition element. 4x2 is first filled up before 3d6. You will see it when we come into a question they ask us why, the reason in a transition what element, so that I will not complicate issue. But I will remind you when we come to that word question where they will ask us why did this man feel before these people, despite they have the same word energy level, but they don't have the same word in, they have the same equal energy level. You will see it when we come to what transition element. That way you will see why this man will first feel before this man. And that's what we see here. 1x2, 2x2, 2p6, 3x2, 3p6, 4x2 before 3d6. Then I now check the number of electrons. 2 plus 2, 4. 4 plus 6, 10. Plus this 12. Plus this what? 18 plus this 20, and this give me 26. And when you add it up, 2 plus this and this and this and this and this and this will give me what? 26 what? Electron or atomic number. And who has this 26 atomic number? I know that is what? Iron. Iron has it. And iron is written Fe. And that implies that atomic mass of iron Atomic mass of iron is 56 and atomic number is what? 26. And that's all about the question they asked me today, and that's our answer. Remember, if you have not subscribed to this channel, endeavor to subscribe so that anytime we post a new video, you will be what? Prompt for you to what? Watch and what? Prepare for your exam. Thank you for sharing this video. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for loving this video. See you in class 3.